Hello. I'm going to try this again. A couple of people made me aware that the last video broke up and that you weren't able to hear me. So I'm going to hopefully try again. Maybe this time you'll actually be able to see and hear me. Fingers crossed you'll see and hear me this time. Let's try again. So there was a couple of interruptions last time anyway, so it's probably good. It's like anything in life, when you do a Facebook Live, you're never sure what's going to happen. So technical issues aside, and I'm just fixing a few messages on my screen. Let me see. Technical issues aside, fingers crossed this one will work a little bit better. So using the Moonology cards, do let me know if you can see and hear me okay. As I say, last time it broke up. My internet connection has been patchy, to say the least, and I think the fact that I have several young adults in the house who are all using the internet at the same time is probably part of the problem. However, relax, go with the flow, it is what it is. So I'm using Moonology cards this weekend at 2:16 a.m. tomorrow morning. We have a new moon in Cancer. And I'm using the Moonology cards today to do a little bit of a new moon reading. I shuffled these and pulled 3 cards at random, and what made me actually laugh was the very first card that jumped, like physically jumped out and landed on my desk, was the new moon in Cancer card. So it's almost like these cards were busting to get out of the box. So the new moon in Cancer card popped up, another new moon card popped up, new moon in Aquarius card came up, and then finally just the standard new moon card. So I think the message quite clearly from the cards is, yes, this is a new moon weekend, and yes, this is a time to do something new. It's time to tune in to ourselves and time to tune in to what's coming up within us, what's rising within us, what's our message for this weekend, and what do we want to bring in. About tuning into your emotional nature, tuning into nurturing you and those around you, and just recalibrating, integrating a lot of energy that has come in over the last little while. Over the last 2 months, we have had massive cosmic energy hitting us at all levels. We have had eclipses, we have had retrogrades, we have had super full moons, and just last week we had an X-class solar flare, which was the most powerful solar flare there's been for 4 years. And all those things impact us physically, emotionally, mentally and spiritually. So we can't help but be impacted by them because it's time to just renew. You might find your body's quite sore, tired, achy. There might be lots going on for you that you're not just quite sure. Maybe you feel a bit heavy inside or just a bit generally out of sorts. Use this time now, use the weekend, and if you're getting Bank Holiday Monday off in Northern Ireland, then great. Take it, use it and nurture yourself. Personally, I'm taking all of next week off to do that because it has been, my body's starting to protest that I haven't stopped for several weeks, months. And it's time that I practice what I preach, but I'll get to that in a minute. Before that though, let me just take you through these. So I pulled a card. The first one, I wanted to know what's rising in people, what's coming up for everybody at the minute as this new moon comes in. And as I said, randomly the new moon in Cancer card came up, which has a message on it that says you and your loved ones are safe. So it's about spending time with your family, spending time with those that you love, spending time nurturing yourself, caring for yourself, caring for those that are close to you, you know, allowing that emotional connection to be reestablished in your relationships. You know, with everything that's gone on over the last 18 months, we've kind of lost some of the connection with people, and it's quite sad that that's happened. So within your family units, you know, show each other love, show each other care. You're safe, you're protected. Tune into the energy of Cancerian month. the Cancerian moon. You know, the sun is also in Cancer at this stage now, you know, so there's a deeply emotional vibe to this. You can let down your big hard shell. You don't have to be putting a face on to the world anymore. Take some time. The new moon is whenever we do go within anyway. You'll not see the moon in the sky because it's a dark moon for the next few days, and then gradually you'll just see the little crescent appear again. But before the crescent appears, it's the dark moon, and it's time to go within, to nurture, to hold that feminine energy, to be the receptacle, build that energy up inside yourself. There's been too much yang energy and pushing forward and always doing, lots of activity. So it's time to get really into the divine feminine flow, taking that back to really looking after yourself, caring for your body, caring for your mind, caring for your emotions, and all of that together, nurturing yourself, will help to recalibrate your body and help to integrate the big shifts that have come energetically. You're also asked then, with the second card which has come up, which is the new moon in Aquarius, even though now we know the moon's in Cancer, don't worry about that. These cards are just designed to still give you the message that you need. And this card says bring love into the situation. The new moon in Aquarius card reminds us that sometimes our heads get in the way, that we rely too much on our intellect, and that we allow our heads to rule our hearts rather than the other way around. So it's really important that you drop into your heart. We're so used to always being in control. We're so used to always holding on tight and trying to control how it all works out, making lists, making plans, doing. Well, I want you just to maybe take a step back, pause, calm, drop into your heart space and bring love into the situation, particularly if there's changes coming that you're a little bit unsure of. Because I think there are changes coming. There's changes coming for me personally. There's changes coming across my family. There's changes coming, you know, in the wider community, and there's changes coming globally. Make no doubt about it, there will be changes coming within the next 10 years that we will all really need to follow our hearts for. So it's really important that we bring love into the situation and that we learn to just let go and let the love flow, rather than trying to hold on tight and to overthink and analyze it all with our heads. Okay. This card, this new moon Aquarius card that's popped up, you know, it kind of contradicts the Cancerian moon that we're in at the moment, because the Aquarian energy is it can be brittle sometimes. It can be kind of inventive and pushing forward and wanting to break barriers, but at the same time, this weekend, this moon's energy is asking you to calm down, to go within, to nurture yourself, to honour your divine feminine. Whether you're a man or a woman, it makes no difference. We've both got divine masculine and divine feminine energy within us. Nurture that divine feminine energy, nurture yourself, you know, feed your body good food, rest, sleep. Take time out, get away from your screen, get away from the noise and the hubbub of the world. Okay, so just do what you can to get away from that all. Oh, hi Wayne. It feels like I'm giving you a personal reading. Maybe I am. The cards always pop up for people to hear. It's nice to speak to you. The last card that came up then was simply the new moon, and it just made me laugh. I drew these cards completely at random, and 3 new moon cards came up. So this card is just to tell you that yes, whatever you're waiting for, the answer is yes. A new start is coming, and it's okay to move ahead with it. You might be feeling a little bit frightened, you might be feeling a little bit that you're not sure what to do, but if you've been mulling over something, then this card would suggest that the answer to your question is yes. Go for it, but go for it from a place of love. Go for it with your heart leading the way. You know, tapping into that energy of the Cancerian new moon, tapping into the card that came up with the Aquarian new moon. Drop from your head into your heart and let that be your guide, let that lead your way. This moon as well, the Cancerian new moons are a brilliant time for going within. They're also a really good time for setting intentions and for creating a vision or a plan of action for where you want to see yourself in the next 6 months. In 6 months' time, the moon will be full in Cancer, and that gives you 6 months to set your Cancerian intentions now and see them come to fruition then in 6 months' time. So have a think about that. Where do you want to be in 6 months? Close your eyes. Where do you see yourself? You know, what are you doing? How do you look? How do you feel? Do you see yourself in a good place? You know, and if not, then what changes do you need to bring into place now to make that happen? But put your intentions out there. Put your positive intentions, your loving intentions, care for yourself, nurture yourself, and see what difference that makes for you. So, as I said, the theme for July is really about restoring a natural energy flow and to integrate all the cosmic energy that's been coming at us for the last 2 months. So use this time. Use this time to just really heal, bring wholeness back into your life. So notice where you maybe feel out of balance and start to bring that back in. For me personally, I've been running a million miles an hour as usual, trying to do lots of different things. So for the first time ever, once I finish teaching this weekend, I'm teaching Saturday and Sunday. And once Sunday's done, I have a full 7 days off. I am actually slightly in awe of the fact that I've managed to clear my diary completely for 7 full days. It's like, yay! So I am going to take a dose of my own medicine. I am going to really start to look after me, and there's going to be time for me and my partner. We're going to just do things together. We're going to just get some family time going, just chilling, relaxing. Hopefully the weather will stay nice, but even if it doesn't, I don't care. Just to not be constantly having to do and to move and to keep moving forward. So we're taking a few days off together. I have full 7 days off in my diary, and I'm going to do my best to actually honour that and not squeeze little things in that shouldn't be there. So I'll still be about. I'll check messages periodically through the week, but if my response time's a little slower next week, that's why, because I'm literally unplugging, recharging, recalibrating, and trying to just find a sense of renewal. I think it's important that we all do that, and it's important as well, if I'm going to speak to you and say to you that you should be doing it, that I do it too. So whatever you're up to this weekend, enjoy. I hope the sun shines upon you. Use the new moon energy, as I say. 2:16 a.m. UK time tomorrow is the actual precise time of the new moon. I'm actually ending a shamanic class tomorrow that's been running for 10 months, and it kind of feels nice that it's ending on a new moon, because it's almost a time for new beginnings for them as they embark into the world as shamanic practitioners. So it's really quite nice. And as I say, that new moon energy will last all weekend. So the guys on Sunday who I'm teaching as well will have a wee hint of that running through their class too. Let me know how you are. Leave me a wee message underneath, and if these cards spoke to you, great. I hope they did in some way. Take care of yourself. Look after you. Look after your loved ones. Get that emotional connection back with the people that you love. And if you're needing to make some changes, then make them from your heart space, honouring yourself, respecting yourself, and always, always, always leading from your heart. And I hope you have a fantastic few days ahead, and I'll speak to you all really soon. Thanks.